Hi guys, welcome to this pickup card reading. There's three piles and you can go ahead and tune into which pile you resonate with most. The first one, if you can't tell, it's an elephant. The second one's a dragonfly, and the third one is a heart. So you can go ahead and pick your pile, whichever one calls to you the most. And I'll have your timestamps linked down below for when you pick it. All right. Hello, pile one. I am going to give you a nice reading tonight, or today, whenever you're watching this. If you picked the elephant, this reading is for you. So we have the Ace of Wands, the Temperance card reversed, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. So, starting off, we have like a really good energy of these, well, all of the cards are good. I mean, Temperance, even though it's reversed, is still a good card to get, and you can always change that energy back around if you really focus on calming down and just being more mindful. But I'm going to talk about these three cards. So the Ace of Wands is all about freedom from restraints. So it's about any blockages or insecurities or overthinking or taking what people think about you and internalizing it and letting that stop you, or self-doubt or anything like that. And it's kind of just pushing that all to the side and really doing what you want to do and not worrying about it. Just not worrying about what anybody else has to say or what even your own inner critic has to say. So that's something that is a really good, if you are doing that right now, that's good. But if you aren't, it's just saying to kind of take on this energy of just doing what you need to do without being influenced by anything or letting things hold you back, because it's your life and you want to do the things that are going to get you to the places you want to go. And sometimes it's a little hard and other times it's easier, but at the end of the day, you have to do things for yourself to get you where you want to go. So that's what that card's all about. The Nine of Pentacles is saying like you are very happy in your financial or materialistic position. So if you live with your parents, you're feeling secure, or if you live on your own, you feel secure. And this card is talking about, like, see how she has all of these trees, and it looks like she has like a property in the background and she has like the birds coming to her, and so it's like everything is coming to you without you really needing to try too hard, because like every day you've been on it, you've been working hard, so like you've been kind of building a foundation for yourself, whether you think that you have or not, you have been. And that means like when you work hard for a period of time, you can kind of rest and enjoy and just bask in whatever you've produced for yourself. So that is really good. That means that, yeah, you've just been working hard and you're enjoying it now. Yeah, but don't stop working. Keep working hard, even if you think like, oh, I don't need to. Like, I feel like I'm fine. I feel good, you know. I mean, enjoy it, but at the same time, we have to realize that we have to keep working hard no matter what. And it just gets better the more that we put into our activities that we're doing, like school or business or your job. It just feels better when you put more effort into it. So yes, I think this would be a good time for you to kick it up a notch even. But in saying that, because you do have the support of your friends or your family, so it's not like you're doing it alone. But in saying that, make sure that you stay calm and you don't let the day-to-day and all your to-do lists ruin your own inner essence and your own feel-good attitude and your own true self and just your own enjoyment of that true essence of life. Don't let your, it's just not worth, letting yourself get worked up, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, that's what the temperance is trying to talk about, is that we might have things going good for us on the outside, but on the inside, are we really content? And a big part of being content is being at peace with yourself. So don't neglect that. Don't overlook that. It seems like your priorities have been on working hard on developing foundation for yourself. But at the end of the day, we do think about our mental health throughout the day and how have we been dealing with things. And maybe there was a time in our lives where we didn't have as much, or we didn't have as good of a job, or we didn't have as many friends or something, but then we were happier. So we think about that and we're like, what is it about that time? And it really is all about just centering yourself, being mindful, being encouraging to yourself, having good self-talk, doing the things that you love as well. All right, so that's it for this reading. Thanks so much for listening. If you can give it a thumbs up. I'm not going to force you to, but if you wanted to maybe comment, like if you can implement these things, then that would be great. Like some of these, some mindful activities that you are going to be doing, and try and like see if you can do some of them. And then maybe if you want to, you can comment and say like, oh, hey, I did this and this is how it helped me after a week. So yeah, thanks so much for listening. I hope that was helpful. Okay, bye. Hi, Pile 2, if you chose the dragonfly, this reading is for you. Okay, so we've got the doorway, or the Two of Wands. I like to call it the doorway. And the Emperor reversed, Hermit reversed, and the King of Swords reversed. Alright, so you got a lot of cards reversed. So I'm just going to try and go off of my intuition more with this one. Alright, so we'll start with the Two of Wands. So, and he's holding the world. He's holding like a globe. So that means that there is a journey that he is having the opportunity to go on. And he's kind of looking out as if he's about to begin. Like he's right at the starting line. And he's contemplating things, but he's ready. Like he's suited up, he's ready to go. And he knows to some extent what's on the other side of that starting line. Like he knows what his journey might entail. So don't forget this. Don't forget that you're starting something new and you need to be ready and prepared. So all the things that would entail would be getting ready properly. So maybe making yourself feel good on the outside to feel good on the inside. That would be taking care of your health, exercising, eating healthy. That would be reading lots, taking care of your mind. And that would be also communicating lots so you can fill yourself up with friends and family. With the Hermit reversed, that's exciting because it means that maybe if you've spent a period of time inside, it's like you are now ready to go out into the world and take on new things. So make sure that you're getting enough rest and you're enjoying all of the beautiful, joyful parts of life and enjoying all the little things. The King of Swords reversed. So the King of Swords is about decisive action and going after what you want. But when it's reversed, it means that maybe you were being a bit too controlling about things in your life. I'm not sure what, but maybe there was something where you wanted it to turn out a certain way. And really, control is an illusion. Mostly everything in our life except our own attitude and our own well-being is like out of our control to some extent. So if you're trying to control other people or other events, it's very, very hard to do that. And it just takes too much energy, and life isn't meant to be, we're not meant to be able to control things. We're just meant to be able to handle the things day to day and get on with things and just live our life like moment by moment. We're not meant to be able to control how something goes. So, and the reason for that is because when we just let go and we just surrender to the things that happen, they feel a lot better. They feel more natural. We're more in the essence of life. We find that things are more meaningful because we're not manipulating it, and we're open to anything because we know that it doesn't really matter what happens, as long as we're happy and as long as we have a roof over our head. And that's like the essence of truly being grateful is not like hoping things go a certain way, like just feeling lucky for the things you do have in your life. So be careful not to control things, because often when we control things, it turns out the opposite way that we wanted. So we don't want to do that. That's just not good. Okay, and then the Emperor. So the Emperor reversed means, again, this is like there's too much like decisive action. Like I understand because like to some extent we make decisions in our life day to day. Like that's a given. And we have to kind of delegate roles and we have to tell people what to do sometimes, but especially if you're like in a higher up position, right? But when we actually see eye to eye with people and we are more empathetic to them and their needs, we find that, say if it was an employee, they start to work harder because they feel more respected and they feel more like positive energy coming towards them. So they're more ready to really do what they need to for the job, right? But if we come at someone with like, hey, you need to do this, this, and this by this time and get it done this way. Nope, that's not good enough. Then they start doing worse because they're just under so much pressure. So we need to make sure we're not putting too much pressure on other people and we're not putting too much pressure on ourselves, because we need to let things happen naturally. There might be something in your life that you want to control, but everything does to some extent happen in divine timing, and things go much better when we let this divine timing take over. And it takes a lot less energy and it feels much better to be open to anything and to just go with it. And things actually end up working out when we have this approach to it. So that's all I'm going to say for pile 2. Thanks so much for listening. I'm sorry if this felt like a lecture. That's just what I was getting. I'm not judging. I've controlled people before or situations before, so no judgment. If you want to, you can like this video, but I would rather like you come check in like a week later and maybe comment if you want, only if you want to, comment down below how this helped you or what you implemented from this reading, because I like to know how it helped. That's why I'm doing these readings, is to help people. So yeah, thanks for watching, and have a great day or a great evening. Okay, bye. All right, hi pile 3. If you chose this heart, this is your reading. All right, so you have the Devil. It's not that bad. The Chariot, and the, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of Swords reversed. The, what is this? 10 of Swords upright, and the 5 of Cups reversed. Okay. So the Devil doesn't always mean that something bad is going on. It just means that there are things that are kind of binding you that you don't feel the best at, that you, a lot of times it's about self-control. So you don't feel like you have the most self-control in certain situations, and you wish like if you made different decisions, you wish you could make those different decisions so that your life could be better. And it's just a stage of your life, and there's always a way to overcome these things. You just have to forgive yourself and have the strength and the willpower to start making these better decisions for yourself. So that's all the Devil is saying. And then the Chariot is all about, so the Chariot goes hand in hand with it. The Chariot is about willpower and really just going forward in one direction. So what I learned about the Chariot is that this white one represents positive and the black one is negative. And when they go together, or they're facing away from each other, but the guy leading the Chariot he's reining them in, and he wants them to go like a certain way, right? Because they're pulling the Chariot. So he has to kind of rein them in and make sure they go in one direction together. So it's basically about controlling your mind, controlling not other people, not a situation, controlling your own mind so that you can have what you want in life, and you can upgrade yourself and raise your vibration to a higher level, because you have the power within you. It's just up to you to really be aware of the things that are causing you harm and struggle, and just be like, nope, I'm not going to get distracted. I'm not going to get pulled in by these things. No, we're not doing that. We're on a mission, and we're going straight towards that goal, and we're doing it step by step, the little things we need to get there. Because there's no elimination of the negative, but there is a way to rein it in and to use it to your advantage. There's always a way to transmute energy. And so we want to transmute that negative energy and make us go forward. So how can we do that? And that is really just by controlling your mind and thinking about what you want, and thinking about writing down things really helps. So writing down the day-to-day things that you want to improve on. Yeah. Okay, so then we have the 10 of Swords reversed. So this actually is a good card to get reversed if you know anything about tarot. So I'm sensing that you went through a lot of pain and hardship and struggle and torture, but now almost because of friends, you have transmuted that energy and you've been able to get out of it somehow. And this was like really hard for you, but it seems like you turned it around quite quickly because you really didn't want any more pain at this time in your life. But yeah, well, there's not really a but. Like, this is really good energy. No, there is a but. I'm sorry. The only thing is that when we go through these things, like, we can't avoid them, or we can't, okay, so we can avoid them for a little while, but they'll always start coming back in our subconscious, or we'll be reminded of them when we haven't fully dealt with them. So if we haven't fully allowed ourselves to release emotions from this, or to work through the pain, or to journal about it, or to listen to something cathartic or watch a cathartic movie about maybe the same situation, or talk to other people that you can relate to that have gone through something similar. Like, once we really do that, we can't heal from it, because there needs to be a release of what you've gone through. You need to revisit it, but you need to be able to just acknowledge and release it. And you need to be, it needs to be a serious thing. So, yeah, we can, we always have the power to transmute energy, but at the same time, we have to deal with what we've gone through in a healthy way. So whatever healthy way you can think of to release it, you need to do that, or else it will come back again to haunt you, and we don't want that. Okay, and then the Five of Swords. You got 2 5s. The 5 of Swords. This is kind of like an underdog thing. Like, it seems like you are doing things not behind people's backs, because it's not like you're lying or you're trying to be too sneaky. It's just that you are wanting to do it, like, kind of on your own, and you don't think you need help, really, and you don't want anyone to know about what you're doing, which I think is actually a really good thing. Like, sometimes it can be a little too much on your own, and you need help, and you're afraid, or you're too proud, or you're too secretive to ask for it, But other times it can be really beneficial, because when we don't let anybody know what we're doing, we have the freedom, the space, and the time to shape it and mold it into what we want, and really throw our abilities into it without having any judgment or pressure. So this is really good, and I think with this one, you should really keep it to I would say really keep it to yourself for as long as you can. And if someone is willing to help you, make sure you're really close with them and you really trust them with whatever you're keeping a secret. And then you have the 5 of Cups reversed. So with the 5 of Cups, I would say this is all about, like, it's, okay, so upright, it means things have been lost, it's grievances, maybe a member of your friends or family passed away, or just a season of your life is gone now and you're grieving it, or it's just a person that you kind of ended things with, be it friend or romantic interest. But when it's reversed, this also goes along with the 10 of Swords reversed. When it's reversed, it means that you are healing from it and you are letting it go, and this is kind of like the sadness behind the pain and the torture, because there's the raw torture and the real hurt and just the coping that we have to do when bad things happen in our lives. But then there is the sadness and the grief that follows. And it looks like you have done a good job with dealing with the grief in a way, but I don't know, maybe you haven't. So make sure that you've also allowed the emotions to flow. So crying it out or slowing down so you can really be aware of these emotions, or writing them down again, like I said. Keep a close tab on how you're feeling day to day, and make sure to check in with yourself often. Like this is something we all need to do, but I would say for you need to do this like double the amount that usually you would, because it seems like maybe you're focused on other things, or seems like you're more focused on maybe a project or a relationship. So, make sure that you are still allowing yourself to go through any emotions you have, and acknowledging those emotions, because sometimes we can feel emotions but we can be totally detached from actually like the deep feelings inside. So we can cry but we can be distracted still, and then not fully feel the feeling or understand why we're feeling it, or just go into the depths of what it really is. Because once we go to the depths of it and go to the core, we can really see it for what it truly is, and it kind of loses its power a bit, but also it's just very, very healing. So so make sure that you're doing those check-ins like maybe 5 times a day. Like, okay, how am I feeling now? Is there anything coming up for me? Maybe I can try and clear something subconsciously, and maybe I can say some affirmations so I can turn this around. But maybe an affirmation that acknowledges my pain and my struggles and my sadness, to just affirm my feelings. Because I know there's like positive affirmations, which we all know about, but I feel like hardly anyone does the more negative shadow side affirmations, which I think are just as important. So for example, I am allowed to feel a whole range of emotions. All of my emotions are valid. I am not a robot. I am only human. I am not perfect. So just things like that, to really remind yourself that it's okay if you have these deep, dark feelings. We all do. And by feeling them, you're actually going to get over them faster than by pushing them down, hiding them away. And I know it seems obvious, but we all do it. We all try to avoid these difficult feelings. But once you face them, you'll feel so much lighter and better. So okay. That is all I have for you. Thanks so much for watching. If you want, you can give it a like. I would prefer if you could come back a week later, and if you want to, only if you want to, you could comment down below and say how this helped you, if you like implemented anything from it, because that would be awesome. Because the reason I'm doing these readings is just to help people. So if I can like understand how it helped you, I'm just trying to learn. So Anyway, I hope you have a great evening or day or whatever. And see you later. Okay, bye.